back to my channel. So today I want to share with you the recipe of one of my most favorite chocolate cake, and this is one of the very well known recipe. I'm talking about gooey, buttery, rich, soft, dense and lots of chocolate. So today I'm going to make Death by Chocolate Poke Cake. It is loaded with chocolate from top to the bottom and it is so indulgent, so rich, and it is one of the chocolate lovers' dream. So all these chocolate lovers out there, this recipe is just for you friends. This decadent Death by Chocolate Poke Cake is out of the world. To start with this recipe, first I will have to make the devil's food cake, and then I'm going to poke this cake all over and pour in some chocolate sauce over the cake, and then I'll be frosting the cake. So friends, without any further waste of time, let's get started with the video. So here I've kept my baking tray ready and I've greased it with some butter and dusted it with some cocoa powder and some flour, and I've preheated my oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I will start by sifting a cup and a half of all-purpose flour, and I'm going to add in a cup of fine granulated sugar, and then I'm going to add in half a cup of Dutch processed cocoa powder, which lends a rich chocolate taste and gives it a deep dark chocolate color, and 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to sift in all the dry ingredients into this bowl. And now I'm going to add in half a cup of cool unsalted butter. And I'll blend this until I get a fine crumb. It should almost look like chocolate breadcrumbs. And there should be no visible pieces of butter. So now this is looking like chocolate breadcrumb. And there are no big visible pieces of butter. So I'm going to add in 2 eggs and beat it just further until it is just combined. So in a separate jar, I'm going to combine around half a cup of hot coffee and half a cup of milk, and I'm going to mix in around a teaspoon of vanilla to it, and I'm going to mix it well till it is combined. Now I'm going to add this to the flour mixture, and I'm going to beat it with the help of the hand beater until it is well combined. The hot coffee which I've added to this will not give it a coffee flavor, but it will intensify the chocolate taste. So here now my cake batter is already ready, and it is time to pour it into my prepared baking tin. So here now I'm going to pour it into the prepared baking tin, and then I will give it a good tap so that any larger size bubbles that might be hiding in the batter rise to the surface and pop. So I'm going to bake this cake for 30 minutes in a preheated oven. So my cake is ready, and here the skewer inserted comes out clear. So here my devil's food cake is ready. So now I'm going to wait for the cake to cool down for 10 minutes, and while it is still hot, I'm going to poke the cake all over. You can use the back of a spoon or any sharp object to poke holes all over the cake. You can even use a straw. So I'm going to poke in holes all over my cake so that it becomes easy for me to pour in the chocolate sauce, which I'll be preparing soon, and it will penetrate deep into my cake and soak the cake nicely. And so this is the reason why it is called as a poke cake. So here I've got around 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate which I've melted, and I'm adding in around 1 can of condensed milk. I've melted the chocolate into the microwave. So I'm going to mix in both the condensed milk and the chocolate and make it into nice and thick chocolate syrup. And so here I'm going to mix till it gets that nice chocolatey color and nice strong rich chocolate flavor. And so here I've got my rich thick creamy chocolate sauce ready, and I'm waiting for my cake. And so I'm going to pour this thick rich creamy chocolate sauce over the cake, making sure it covers all the holes on my cake, and I'm going to spread it evenly with the help of the spatula so it covers all the holes and penetrates deep into my cake. I've allowed my cake to rest for 4 hours so that my chocolate sauce reaches deep down the cakes to the holes which I've poked. But if you want, you can apply the frosting on the cake right away without waiting. Preparing of the frosting, I need around 1 cup of softened butter and around 2.5 cup of powdered sugar or icing sugar. I'm going to beat it well with the help of the hand beater till I get smooth and creamy consistency. And now it is ready. So now it is time to add in some heavy whipping cream that I will be needing as per the thickness of my frosting. So here I'm using half a cup of heavy whipping cream, a teaspoon of salt, around 3/4 cup of cocoa powder and around 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I'm going to beat it further with the help of the hand beater till I get smooth creamy frosting for my cake. So here my frosting for the cake is almost ready and I'll have to pour it over my cake. And now I'm going to pour the frosting over my cake with the help of the spatula. And now I'm going to evenly spread the frosting all over my cake, making sure that it covers all the corners of my cake. And with the help of the palette knife, I'm going to create nice swirl designs. And now I'm going to top it with some chocolate shavings, and this will make my cake look more pretty. And so my cake is ready, but I'm going to pop it into the fridge for around 4 hours and let it rest so that the frosting on my cake sets. After 4 hours, the cake is out of the fridge and I had covered it with the plastic wrap. So I've taken off the plastic wrap and the frosting is already set. Just look at the cake. It looks so rich and so chocolatey. It is going to take you into the chocolate coma. Now I'm going to cut the cake. This decadent Death by Chocolate Poke cake is out of this world. It's insanely chocolatey and so moist. This is like a chocolate lover's dream. Just look at this cake. I just can't wait to eat that. It is fully loaded with chocolate from top to the bottom.